We are at Still Waters Vineyard, which is just a beautiful place on the east side of Paso Robles, with Paul Hoover, the owner, who's been making wine for decades now. But you've only been here since, what, 2003?
Correct, 10 years.
But the guy's been drinking wine since he was the general manager of a very nice property on the coast when you were like 22.
21.
Yeah, and part of his pay was to learn good wine. So he learned how to appreciate good wines, and now you know how to make them.
Working at it, for sure.
Yeah, he's winning awards all over. So we want to start talking about the wines that we're including in your shipment. This is the Sauvignon Blanc, which is just beautiful. It's a perfect.
I like this. You're pouring for me.
Yeah, this is kind of reversal of fortune, isn't it? Okay, so tell me about Sauvignon Blanc, perfect summer wine.
Perfect summer wine. So one of the things that you'll find that's a little unusual for a small boutique winery in Paso Robles is to be fairly passionate about white wines. And we are. We make 5 white wines. So that's something that's not that normal. One of the things about it is it takes refrigeration and cool temperatures to make white wines. In most small wineries, that's not an option. So red wines like to ferment at 80 degrees. White wines ferment cool. So normally bigger wineries make white wines. So I'm kind of blessed in that when I was in college, I made white wine in a beer keg in a refrigerator. And so that was something that I grew passionate for because I love white wine. I believe all wines are food. So one of the things about each of these wines, everybody always wants me to pick my favorite. So Sauvignon Blanc. It's a beautiful, crisp wine, pairs with a lot of food. So for example, I like oysters, but I like something in between those oysters, and so that I can refresh my palate and then have another oyster, because oyster. I like oyster then almost like where you take, for the taquita shooter and you want to have a lime with it. So Sauvignon Blanc, known for its citrus, known for its crispness, known for its ability to cleanse your palate. So ahi tuna, people that eat sushi. I believe a white wine that's crisp, like a Sauvignon Blanc, is perfect with all of those items. And so that's one of the things I love about Sauv Blanc. Very, very much a food wine.
So you're almost talking about the Sauv Blanc is in between your oysters. That's Absolutely. The food in between. That's your palate cleanser.
It's your palate cleanser, exactly like with raw fish. Again, you want to cleanse your palate. If you're going from sushi, 3 different fish, 3 different flavors, Sauvignon Blanc in between will cleanse your palate, give that fish a whole nother experience, and then get you ready to go to the next piece of whatever you're going to have. So that's one of my favorite things with Sauvignon Blanc. Super crisp, very dry. And on the other hand, not so much what I would consider, at least my style, which is extremely dry, not necessarily a sipping wine that you might have where you're just, because it's too much acid. So I would lean more towards a Chardonnay or something like that.
I've been drinking the wrong wine.
Drinking the wrong wine around the pool.
Because I think this
all
is
wines
a
are
lovely
good.
wine on
No,
it.
but I mean, winemakers all have their opinions. So.
How cold for a white wine? Because I have actually been drinking them a little warmer, and you get different flavors.
Absolutely. One of the fun things I do in our blending parties here at Still Waters is I'll take this wine, and this is the one I use. I did it yesterday at a party. I serve it at room temperature, and then I serve it at 42 degrees, and I pour it in 2 glasses. I don't tell anybody what it is, and everybody tastes and swirls and does stuff, and then they all think it's a different wine. They're like, well, this is Chardonnay, or this is Viognier, or this is Sauvignon Blanc, and this is that. So you're absolutely right. So what I tell people to do on their wines is don't let anybody tell you the temperature that you like your wine. Drink at the temperature that enhances the wine and the flavors that you like the most. So for example, today is 95 degrees. That's why we came into our 60-degree barrel room. And so it's 60 degrees in here. It's 95 outside. If I've been out working and I just come in and I want to just refresh myself, it's a different use of the same spirit. In other words, I'm not sitting down with that perfect piece of fish and trying to blend it. So then I want it really cold. I want it cold. If I get the wines really cold, you will miss some of the experience that you described. So Sauvignon Blanc, I tend to drink it cooler because I like it crisp and that. But yeah, so there is no right temperature, but be sure to experiment. I tell people experiment. So We're drinking this Sauvignon Blanc actually at room temperature, and it's lovely.
It's lovely, and you taste different.
And it tastes different.
Aspects of it.
Yeah, and so we just happened to grab this out of our cellar for you, and these two are cold. So that's a good example. The Sauvignon Blanc, you normally wouldn't drink it at 62 degrees, but it's got all kinds of fun stuff going on.
And the great thing is we have lots of it in our shop. So if you like it, order up Sauvignon Blanc with your favorite sushi or oysters or fish or wine and salt.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.